Over here at Long Run, we're just right where Ott's Orchard is, if you know where that is. I climbed up the hill here about 250 feet in elevation. Maybe you can see all that water just pouring here. It's pouring out of this mine. There was just like about a 6-inch opening here. I moved some of the leaves out of the way that had fallen down off this rock facing here. But I could tell when I put the light in there, the floor of this mine is going to be flooded. So we're going to try to get in there. Well, I can see coal or shale right up front here at the naked eye.
Okay, this is right up front. You're looking at the left wall there. You can see where they've chipped, the coal and shale as they start to work their way back. I've got the camera kind of looking straight in, but it looks like this mine actually turns to the right, kind of at a 30 to 40 degree angle. There I can see a little bit better view there. So I'm probably going to have to readjust the camera to get a better view of the mine. Okay, I've turned it a little bit more to the right so you can see deeper into the mine here. Now past that skinny post that's sticking up near the left wall there, look at the big, probably 20-inch diameter posts on each side of the mine. Oh, that apparently bumped it where I'm looking a little bit more to the left again. I'm estimating there's about a foot of water in spots. Now right off to the far left there may only be about 6 inches. Let me zoom in. Okay, there, I've got it adjusted a little bit better there. Look at the massive size of the post deeper into the mine, and if you look at the ceiling, I'm counting, other than that broken rafter right up front there, at least 1, 2, 3 big rafters on the ceiling there. Once they chip the coal off, look at how clean the ceiling is. Doesn't look like there's any real collapse in this mine. It looks like a pretty stable mine when you look at the type of rock that is on the top there, the ceiling. With water that's just dripping in. It's almost deafening. Yeah, if you look, there's a better look at those rafters that are supporting the ceiling. That orange on that post and the other orange, that's probably iron seepage causing that staining on the post. There's a little broken post off on the right wall there. And look at the seam. By estimates, when I looked at the naked eye peering in, looked to be about 3, maybe 3.5 foot seam of coal there. All right, one more look, dead looking back there. Not sure if there's any further rooms off to the left or right there, though.
Well, you could see the shale that's right above the opening here, mixed in with that rock there, if you can see the black. I backed away about 10 feet from the opening. Now, when I walked up to this, I could see maybe a 6-inch opening. I kicked a bunch of leaves around to maybe make it about a foot in a place. I'm sure a little bit more effort, you could really dig an opening real big if you wanted to get in there. But since we just filmed from the outside. So, whenever I'm looking for these mines, if I could find that rock facing right there, you just follow down to it and you'll find the ceiling, which that's what you're looking at there with the gap. But I didn't have to this time. It was open for me. Now the long piece right there, that's right at 10 feet of PVC pipe there. The other piece below it is 5 feet. That's what I used. The camera attaches to one end of it, and I send it into those small openings. And it sends a signal back to my cell phone so I could actually see what's going on. But I'm looking at a small screen, so I don't really know what I've seen until I get back on the computer screen and start editing. That mine might be deeper than I thought, because I'm way out here. I'm estimating 75 feet from that mine opening. If you see that, looks almost like a rock oak there in the center of the camera. It's behind that about another 20 feet. Right up there in that U-shaped depression. But this ground, that's a shale coal all over the place. Nice shiny coal. That's coal there. That's not shale. That's coal. It's very light. It's kind of soft. You can break it in pieces, see? Soft bituminous coal here in West Virginia.